Hey you guys, all right, so we're getting into the nitty-gritty, to the beauty details, everything that I feel are like just the best things that I'm using right now, but things that are actually making a difference and like true tips and secrets that will actually help you. I am over, and I've been over this for years, okay? So we're going on the 14th year here, and I can't even believe it when I say that, but it's always been a very no BS zone. I call it out. I don't like it when, someone comes on and they're just like, oh yeah, and they're not like sharing the secrets, okay? Whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on a TV show, whether it's on a podcast, whether it's on anything that you, an article, anything, you see this person and all you want to know are the details of what they're using on their skin, and they will not tell you. And I've always been very much like just into beauty products, talking about beauty, trying every single thing and sharing the good stuff, you know what I mean? And calling out the bad stuff. And so I have so many things, you guys, that I've not talked about that I've been trying for a couple months, some things that I want to update on. We'll talk all about injectables, all about just my whole vibe. And you'll be surprised, I think. I've always been very transparent about that because that's what we're doing here. I'm not here to sell some, like, look how great I am. I'm here to not sell anything, but just to what I'm doing here is realness, right? If I do something, I'm gonna share it. I'm not trying to hide anything to look better. Do you know what I'm saying? And so from, a makeup product to a secret that I've tried or something that I've tried that has really made a big difference to a procedure or anything at all, just a mindset, a lifestyle, whatever, I'm gonna share it. So I have a lot to talk about, you guys. We're talking about things that make a difference in how you look with your skin. And there's different trends in makeup. There's different things that I feel we get stuck in ruts with, from like the matted out, gotta set everything, to then, well, let's go for like more of a natural glowy look. And then people really equate those two things with like you're either matte or you're oily, and that is not true. Several years ago, I really changed that vibe of my makeup and my skin got better. I'm approaching 40, you guys. I'm not being dramatic about it. I'll be 38 here in a few months, okay? In 6 months. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm approaching 40. We're at a different point than we were when I started this channel in my early 20s. That is crazy to me, you guys. I started this channel in my early 20s, and now I'm approaching 40. Honestly, like truly in a couple years, I will be 40. So it is a different vibe. When people say, you look different than you did. No, of course I do. And I think you would too. I was looking at photos with family the other day, and it was like a trip when I was 14. And it was like, wow, you look so different. And I'm like, I was 14. Like, I'm 37 years old. Of course I look different. But anyways, like, just even people say, and I get so many compliments, like, you look good, or you look this or that, or you look, and trust me, y'all, I'm not just like praising I get it all, okay? I get the real bad and the real good. So I've heard it all, okay? I'm not just like praised on here all the time. We get that. But I truly feel like my skin, my hair, I feel, and I will say honestly, hand to God, I feel like I look better now than I did when I started my channel 14 years ago. I feel better. I feel healthier. I feel better, obviously, like just in my life. I'm a mother now. I'm further along in my business. I've started new things. I'm just in a totally different part of life. I'm still the same person I was. But we're talking about aesthetic things. We're talking about skin, beauty, be it anti-aging, whatever you want to call that. I feel like I look better. That does not equate to you look younger. I do look like I've aged, as you should, as any human being should, okay? I'm not saying, oh, I need to look young forever. I'm trying to never have a line on my face. That's not realistic. I feel like you can age but look better than you did when you were 20. And I look at photos when I was like in my early 20s or mid 20s or even late 20s. And you also see like, oh, I was going through this at the time, or that wasn't such a happy time or whatever. And So you do kind of equate it with that too. But just the quality of my skin. I've been on here times over the years when I've had the worst acne, when I've been very hollow looking, and maybe I was a lot thinner or I was a lot this or that. And, you know, I feel good now. I feel like, you know, obviously 6-7 years ago when I had my daughter, I gained 60 pounds with pregnancy. When you look back at those videos, my face looked fuller. After that, I do feel like my face changed a bit. I feel like after that, I started getting my lips done. I started getting filler in my lips. I started getting some Botox. All of that, my lips are clearly the only thing right now that's going on in my face. Every bit of Botox is worn off on my face. The last time I had it done was on camera with you guys. And I believe it may have been 5 or 6-ish months ago. Botox lasts 4 months. You're gonna be good if you can last 4 months. Mine starts wearing off right at the 3-month mark, and it's obvious, you can tell. Botox for me doesn't keep my face from moving. I want to move my face. I don't have a very like expressive liney forehead anyways. I'm very expressive with how my face looks, but it's not like, you know what I mean? Okay, you feel me? I like it because it just changes the texture of my forehead, but that's something that I can do without. You know, it makes it very smooth, but I don't have any deep lines there anyways. I do have, you know, a few, but I can do without that. It's not the biggest deal. You know, so Botox, I can take or leave. The lip filler, when people look at my face or they look and they say, wow, you look so different, you look so, you've changed, you know, I feel more natural than I've ever. I'm at my natural hair color, and you look back and you say, oh, you used to be blonde. Well, that was fake as shit. Like, I don't want that anymore. I don't want to look like that anymore. Not that that's bad, but that just wasn't like, maybe that's how some of you guys got to know me, and that's maybe how you associate me, like, oh, she was blonde or she is blonde, whatever. That's not me. Even when I was blonde, I never thought of myself as that. I like the way I look now. I feel more myself than ever is what I'm trying to say. But lips truly change your face. I have filler nowhere else in my face. Was it 1.5 years, 2 years ago? I got filler right under my eyes because I was hollow, and I think I figured out why. Because you can feel it, you know, when you wash your face, you can feel every bit of that filler, and it's totally gone. I can tell it's gone. I can see the little dip here, which is fine, but I did have a line here at that filled in. That wasn't something natural on my face in the first, but well, yeah, it naturally happened, but it was something where I definitely lost volume. I don't want to say I don't know why, because I think I might know why, and I'm going to share it with you guys. Something that you need to be careful with. That's a good thing that can also be a bad thing. So then I got the filler, and it really made a difference. Filler does not go close to this part of your eyes. So it's not going to make your eyes look small or anything, unless if you go somewhere that does it terrible, and they then decide they're going to give you chipmunk cheeks at the same time. But no. So that filled in just that little line, and I had the most minimal amount. I remember she was like, I gave you the babiest amount. Do you want more? And I was like, no, I can tell the difference. It's fine. I did it before and after on here. It was great. It was good. Wonderful. Really good. But now that it's gone, I feel like my skin's kind of improved, and I don't need it anymore. And I've been using something that I think kind of helps. But lips do, it's the same as someone getting a nose job that really dramatically changes their face. Lips really balance your face. I have a larger nose, I have a more pronounced chin, I have a larger face, and I had very small lips. It was beautiful before, it was fine. There's nothing wrong. I never was self-conscious about it, but I started very little. And I did notice, okay, this does balance out my profile. It balances out my facial features, and I really do love it. And I will always, I don't want to say that, but I will always have my lips done because I love it. And it does make, I feel makes you look, I don't want to say youthful, I just feel like it makes me look better, okay? And I'm gonna leave it at that. But when you want to talk about injectables and stuff, I have so many videos about that, and I've always shared every time I've done that. But lip filler is the only thing going on right now. And talking about filler, Botox, you have to go somewhere good. We've talked about this so much, like I said, so extensively. It is not a one-size-fits-all thing. Oh, Botox is this, Botox is that. It has to do with the person that's doing it. I went to a very good plastic surgeon that specialized in, or did a lot of boobs when I got my boobs done. I didn't go to someone that specialized in noses for that, okay? The same way as if I'm gonna go, which I do have a video about that too, okay? So no new news there. If I'm gonna go get Botox, I'm not gonna go to the best plastic surgeon, the most renowned plastic surgeon on earth that's doing a lot of surgeries, that isn't an artist with Botox and filler, because that's a thing. You can't, I hate to say that, they can be good at both, but I would rather go to someone that just does primarily, like specializes in and is certified in, is a medical like professional, just in Botox and filler. Do you know what I'm saying? The person that I go to, Missy, is so amazing. She's such, like, she's an artist with stuff like that. She's smart about it. Do you know what I mean? She does that all day. She does a lot of other stuff too, but she's great at that. I'll put her info below. But you know, when I hear someone say, oh no, eye filler's bad. No, because if you don't need eye filler and you go to someone that sucks, well then yeah, it's gonna be bad. But like me, I lost some volume, I went and got it, and I looked the same way that I did maybe a year or two before. My eyes got better, you know what I mean? They looked good. People talk about, oh, I don't like filler here. Well, not for everybody, but if every face is different, every application of filler is different, right or wrong. But if someone has that type of face where they truly lose a lot of volume here and they would like some more, then do it. I'm not saying here's the problem. What's bad about that and bad about looking at filler, oh, I want a jaw, I want this or that. That's what I think is not so great when it comes to other areas of your face. Like, oh, I want to have a refresh, so just give me some cheek filler. I need something here, I need some here. It's like, no, you're gonna end up looking round, okay? Don't do it unless if it's a specific targeted area where you do need a little something. If one day you feel like this part of my face has changed in a strange way, or I need some symmetrical like adjustment, or like that when my eyes were, you know, which that was different. You could see it in videos, like you could see it changing. And I'm gonna get to what I did to, I feel, fix that, okay? Beyond the filler, because like I said, the filler's gone. Filler takes about a year to dissipate. And like I said, I had the tiniest, little bittiest, and I can't, you know, you can't feel it anymore. And I can tell just by looking, like I can see. But here's what, we'll get into that. And the darkness comes back. That's the thing, when you get eye filler, under eye filler in a good way, you don't have to use much concealer because it does kind of like put a layer in between your skin and your darkness. So, and the darkness comes back, okay, so I know it's like gone. Listen, so let's talk about this. Don't be judgy with the filler. Don't be judgy with any of that. And like I said, with my lips and stuff, it's something that I feel, balance my face in a good way. And you gotta go to someone that knows what the heck they're doing. And you gotta go to someone that is very conservative with it, that's not going to get excited about selling you something and giving you a whole face of shit that you don't need, okay? So yeah, don't be judgy about, oh, this is good, this is bad, because that's not the vibe, okay? Because everyone can take it in a different way. But over the last several years, my skin has improved, my look has improved, and I'm gonna share with you guys, I think, just some things that have really helped. Now let's go to, we're gonna talk products. We're gonna get like very heavy with products too. The roller, okay? So I am all about massaging your face. We've talked about this for years on here, extensively, about just how when these first, it was like woo-woo, you know, like years ago when I first talked about this, I had to really talk you guys into this, you know, invest in one of these, and I still think there is one that I really do like. It's an ice roller that I'll get into in a second. But just a quartz roller. You can get them all different price points. I'll link to the one that I like. But really get up into that, you know, right up under your cheekbone. Feel the muscle in there, and then kind of roll it down and out, down your neck. Do you know what I mean? Down right here where your lymph nodes are. Really just get all up in there, okay? I like that. But I was also really going hard on this side too, and saying, oh, I'm gonna rub all the puffiness out of my eyes. Was I that puffy? I don't even know. But that's when I really noticed the hollowness. Now, I don't say puffiness is good, but I'm just saying at some point, maybe you can roll your eyes too much. And I think that's what was happening, because I really did notice it right away. Like, I am getting a little more hollow. And then when she put the filler in there, I looked like myself again. And you guys didn't even notice for a long time. And then I, you know, kind of, because I wanted to see how it looked. Okay, and like I said, that's worn off now. And I have not, because obviously when I had the eye filler, I didn't want to be rolling it all the time, because it's like, what's that gonna do? And it's worn off, and my eyes look normal like they used to, and I don't feel like I need it anymore. So I feel like you gotta be careful. The eye rollers are good, but don't be getting in there with the small end just all the time. Like, I was going to town, okay? Okay, so that's that. I'm talking about rollers, and you guys know, like, I don't buy something and say, this is great. I try it out, because honestly, there was a point where I thought, this thing may not be great. It is great, and I'll show you, but I got this when it first came out. It's the Skinny Confidential Ice Roller. I ordered it myself, paid for it myself, and I haven't talked about it for months because I really wanted to make sure it was gonna hold up. I wanted to make sure after I cleaned it, I didn't want like to tell you guys buy this expensive roller, which it is a little more expensive, but it is good. And then it suck, and it doesn't. It's great. I like the shape that it's, you know, rounded on the edge. Every single morning I get this thing out of the fridge, or the freezer. I even have the little pouch. I took it to Disney World with me, put it in the little, like, you know, hotel room, little freezer section. And I look forward to it every morning. Every morning I have the same routine. I go downstairs, I make my smoothie, and while I'm making my smoothie, I get this, and I just get into my whole face, okay? Now you can get under your eyes a little bit, just everything. There's no right or wrong way to do it. It's just wonderful, okay? So I really do like that. And with the rolling, I think what really makes a difference with me and what's really helped, obviously, like if you're gonna use something like this at night, I mostly use this in the morning. I mean, you could use it at night, but you know, if you're gonna use something like this or this, really just get up under that cheekbone or whatever. I do feel like it does make your skin look more snatched, and like your face obviously takes the puffiness out, but I really focus it around my jaw, around my cheekbones. You know, it's really refreshing to do a little lightly over your eyes. And what I was saying about it, what freaked me out is, maybe a month in, it really started squeaking a lot, and the roller slowed down. And I washed it, you know, just like they say to do with like the soap, you know, however they describe to do it, just very mild, so whatever. And then it wouldn't roll anymore, and it's very loose. It's a very good loose roll, and it just suddenly stopped rolling, and I thought, glad I didn't talk about it. Well, what you have to do occasionally, this whole thing comes out, and it just barely will pop out. Now, I've never heard them say to do this, but I took it out, and there was so much like, just, it was like corrosion, and I hate to say that, but like it's metal on metal. Do you know what I mean? I wiped it off, and it's just been great. You shouldn't have to like add anything to it to make it work. That was just that one time, and I think it was because I had really wet it, and then it did something weird. But it's fine, it's great, and it's very, very nice. So that is wonderful. I think rolling your face is great. As far as like products, like devices, I'll get to that in a minute, but I am dying to talk about some actual products. So like I said, my face I feel is better than ever. We touched on this a little bit at the beginning of the video about embracing your skin, and don't say, you know, embrace what your skin wants to do. Your skin is not going to be naturally just matted out and all day long and dry. And I feel it's a very dated look. You have to think of it like this, okay? So like your under eye area, say you had like a lot of wrinkles, a lot of creping. If you use a concealer that is very matte and you put that on there, well, you're gonna see the cracks, you're gonna see the lines. If you just took it all off, put some moisturizer on there, you're not gonna see it. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it might not be the color you want, but why not use products that can color correct, that also have good like moisturizing skincare properties? And when people hear that sometimes, and I used to be one of these people, oh, this product's too moisturizing for me. I can't use that because I'm naturally oily, which I am, and I'm very acne prone, okay? Yes, you can use that. If I use something that's too harsh and drying, or a foundation that's too like mattifying or something like that, my skin will react in the opposite way. It will want to produce more oil because it's dry and it's uncomfortable. Or if you have makeup on like that, or like a lot of powder and you're really trying to fight the shine and the natural oils from your skin, when they do emerge, are not going to mix with a product like that, like they would with something that might be a little more, you know, softer or more like moisturizing. It's not going to mix, so it is going to break up and look like garbage. Why not use something that's long wearing, that's nice, that actually is moisturizing? Why not use good products on your skin that are moisturizing, that aren't going to break you out? Because those exist. Don't equate the fact that something is moisturizing with the fact that it's going to break you out, because it won't. So many things to share, but let's talk about these specifics. So like I said, more moisturized is better, but some moisturizing products can break you out. Like, I'm very prone to getting, is it called milia? Not just around your eyes, and you can use the richest eye cream that does not cause milia. Rich does not equal milia. Creaminess, moisturizing does not equal milia. It's the product itself, and if, you gotta use eye cream, and you gotta find a good one, okay? Trust me. I think that's like the biggest thing that you can do for yourself, is getting a good eye cream. As far as like anti-aging and how you're, like just the tone of your skin, how it looks. texture. And moisturizer too. Same thing. Oils, I never thought I could use a face oil. There's times over the years when I have, and you know, and like sometimes I use really light gel creams on my face that do cause little, you know, things here and there. And then I can use the La Mer soft lotion and my skin glows and it's great. But anything, you gotta think, is gonna take about 2 weeks. Give it about 2 weeks before it's really gonna break you out. Don't use something for 2 days and think, wow, this is great. You really need to be careful adding things into your routine and all of that. When I bought this, I got the face oil that they have too, and it's really good. I've even bought like a couple more. I use this morning and night, and it's very thin. It makes my skin kind of glow. And here's what, like, I'm not a big person on going to get a bunch of facials. I have a very like medical dermatologist that doesn't do a lot of aesthetics, but it's very like skin cancer and stuff like that. Always compliments me on my skin. Oh, your skin looks great, blah, blah, blah. She's the one that told me that not everyone needs retinol and that my skin cannot take retinol, okay? So don't say retinol is the gold standard, retinol is this and that. It's not right for everybody. And when I use it, it makes me look crepey. It makes me look disgusting. My skin doesn't get sensitive to it. My skin is pretty, I feel like, tough with things. It just makes me look gross. I don't feel like you have to aggravate your skin and make it look bad to get good results, to get it to turn over, because it will naturally do that if you use the right stuff, which we'll talk about, which we're kind of like getting to. Retinol also brings out my hyperpigmentation. If you have an ounce of hyperpigmentation or melasma, which I have a huge patch of melasma that's very calm right now. Sometimes I'm in the sun more than ever and it's calm. Sometimes it's the dead of winter and it's aggravated. So sunlight isn't always a factor for me with if my melasma is going to come out. For me, it's more so hormonal. I have a big strip of it here and a big strip of it there. And it is very unpredictable. But the times when it's been the worst is when I've introduced something that has a retinol. Retinol really can aggravate. I'm not bashing retinol because I think it's great for a lot of people. But just be aware of that. It can really kind of mess up your... Okay, can mess up some things. So let me take you through what works. Okay, so we're talking about removing your makeup and stuff. Like, this is just a very, not like a skincare routine video, but just like a what works routine, right? I like to remove my makeup with an oil. I've said this for years. I don't like a lot of things that are rubby. We've used every oil over the years. We've said all of this over the years. I like this, the Gentle Cleansing Oil from Sulwhasoo. I got this from, like a couple of videos, you know, several videos back, I told you guys about this. I've used every single makeup remover oil I feel there is, and I honestly think the best is the Chanel, the anti-pollution. This is good, but I still prefer the Chanel. So the other day I was at the drugstore, and we were coming up on our trip, and I saw this little pack, and I thought, how cute. I'm not a fan of Neutrogena makeup remover wipes. I'm not, but I saw these little individuals, and I just threw them in the cart. Why not, right? You guys, first of all, fragrance free. I don't even know why they sell them with fragrance. Always get the fragrance free. These I brought on the trip. They're so good. The individual ones, even if you're just getting these to use at home, get the individual ones. They are so wet and saturated. It's not like you're pulling out that dry top wipe and no. Y'all know I don't even say, I am so against like rubbing. I tell you guys, don't fall into all of this blending and the eyeshadow and the craziness. And I'll show you what I use that is like good too. That doesn't, because that is so, that's, what are our eyelids gonna look like in 20 years, right? Okay, these are so good. They're huge, they're soft, they feel like a good cloth, and they're wet. So if you do have to use a makeup wipe, or you travel a lot and you don't want to carry an oil or whatever, this is what you want. These are so good. But at home, I'm all about the oil, and I think the Chanel's the best. This is what I've been using for makeup. I know we're all over the place. The Armani Luminous Silk, the oil-free, that's what I went back to. I used to use this years ago, and I really do like it. I also love the Clinique Acne Solutions foundation. Doesn't sound very glamorous or luxurious, but it is. It's very similar to this, but I really do like this. And we, you know, as you guys saw, we went to Disney World over the last, we went there for a week, and every morning I would get up, do my skincare, whatever. I would use the oil on my face, and I would go straight from that to my foundation, and my makeup lasted all day. It looked beautiful. And here's what, if you look at yourself in the mirror throughout the day and you look like you have skin, like actually, skin is not supposed to be matted out and nothing. Skin has a bit of a dew to it, not a shine, but just skin. Do you know what I mean? That's youthful, it's pretty, It's flattering, okay? It disguises a lot of the, you know, if you're concerned about aging, do not use powders and like these products that are aging us, okay? I'm just gonna say it's not a good idea. Go with something like that, and it lasts. It's a good foundation. You don't need to set it with powder. It's made to set itself in a way where like it's gonna last throughout the day. When you catch yourself in the mirror, you're not gonna look like a spray painted mannequin. You know what I mean? You're gonna look good, like you have real skin, and it's nice. And I felt fresher. I don't know. I feel good. I feel better not using a lot. And I've done this for years, okay? But these are, you know, this is something kind of newish, that especially with the oil. And then this is good too, the Armani Neo Nude. It's good for days when you just want to kind of just do something quick to kind of correct, but it is a very good, more, I don't want to say moisturizing. I believe it has a hyaluronic acid in it. It's True to Skin Natural Glow Foundation. It's beautiful, okay? And then I went back to this under eye concealer because I was really wanting something very moisturizing for under there. And I went back to the Luminous Silk under eye concealer, and it is the best of the best. It doesn't settle in your lines. It really corrects, and it just looks beautiful. I really like it a lot. Something else, I know I mentioned that oil. This is something that I've used for a while now that I don't have much left, but the oil-free moisture cushion, I've talked about this in a lot of videos. This is good, and this layers right over that oil if you wanted to as well, but I don't always need to do that. At night, I've been using something different. I used to spend an arm and a leg, it was almost $400, on that dang Skin Medica, the TNS Plus, which is so good. And what made it expensive is that it had all like the growth factor, the peptides. So I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I found this, which has very similar ingredients. It's the Proteiny Polypeptide Cream, 9 signal peptides, blah, blah, blah. This is very good, and I really do like it. It gives me that same kind of like, I don't know, just the same vibe, same look. I really do like it. It's very like anti-aging, very moisturizing, but not too heavy. This is a very good night cream without feeling greasy, because I don't want that either. Unless we're talking about eye cream, which grease me up. Like I want the heaviest, grossest eye cream possible, but I don't want to get milia, and I've used this for years, and you will not, okay? The Shiseido Benefiance Wrinkle Smoothing Eye Cream. There's times when I use like a daytime eye cream, a nighttime eye cream. I've been using this. This is expensive, but it is so good. It is the Absolute Restoring Eye Cream. It comes in little packets. I love this. It's very, has a lot of good ingredients. I love to use this in the morning. Your makeup goes on right over. It's great. This one does not leave like a grease to it. This one does. And there are times when I put my makeup right over this. Like when we went on vacation, I just brought this only for day and night, and it was great. But this is a good one. This is just a good basic, but not basic because it's like amazing. Just everything you need eye cream, okay? So I'll link to that. That one's great. And I really do believe in this too. I think one of the trickiest areas on our face to take care of are our eyelids, because if you read about a lot of your eye creams, which a lot of them don't even specify this, you can't use a lot of them up there. They will cause all kinds of problems within your tear duct. They can cause milia if they're put in that area. It's just an odd area, but that area always gets dry right here and crepey. And this, I want to say maybe my 5th or 6th one that I've gone through. It's time for me to get another one, but it is the Pericone Eyelid Lift Serum. Every day, morning and night, I put a little dot here, a little dot there before my eyeshadow, rub it in, and then before nighttime, I do the same thing. And it really, I feel, has made my eyes look good. I feel for, I don't want to say for my age or whatever, because I'm not saying that like I'm old or anything, because I'm not, but it's definitely not like a 25 or a 21-year-old saying, look at how good my eyelids look. Well, of course they do. You're 20 years old. All right, what else? Okay, so let's talk about my eye area. Something that I really do feel like has helped. When I started getting that eye filler, I became conscious at that point and before that my eye area was hollowing. And I got the filler and I loved how it looked so much. And I remember Missy told me, you know, this product, the HA5, which is 5 types of hyaluronic acid. It's by Skin Medica, which is by Allergan. It's basically the company that makes Botox and all of that. This is their clinical line of skincare, the Skin Medica. That's what the TNS serum was too. This is great, the HA5. Now, a lot of people would think, oh, this is light enough, you can put it all over your face. If I put this all over my face doesn't really react the best to it, but ever since I got the filler, so year and a half, 2 years, whatever, I use the tiniest bit every night, and I just put it here. Right after I wash my face, After serums, before whatever, but before eye cream, I put a little here and then I rub it on my lips. Because Missy was like, you know, filler is made out of hyaluronic acid. And she was like, you know, why not put this over it and like get it absorbed into there? Do you know what I mean? And I really do feel like it makes a difference. And I feel like this has made a difference with this area of my face. I'm not touching my eyes with it. I'm not getting it super close, but I'm just getting it in this area where you would get filler. Do you know what I mean? Which you don't get eye filler under. I think people really are mistaken about that too. But yeah, okay, all that. This is good. And I'm not pressing the heck out of my eyes. Of course, with my ice roller in the morning, like I'll go over it, but I'm not just sitting with this, like going to town. Which maybe that's what caused it, maybe it's what not. I don't know. But I just know that as it's dissolved, as the filler's gone away, the hollowness didn't come back, which is good. What else? Talking about breaking out and things like that, I've really tried to get away from, I'm trying to simplify my routine, right? So the one thing that I really do, that I feel like truly does help with breakouts and skin texture is the Peter Thomas Roth Max Complexion Correction Pads. It has 2% salicylic, 10% glycolic acid complex, which is great. It says it has anti-aging benefits. It's a pore minimizer, which yes. Soothing, arginine, allantoin, holy aloe vera, chamomile green tea, blah, blah, blah. This is so good for pores, for clogged pores, for those little white, you know, like I said, the milia bumps that you might get, blackheads, breakouts. This is great. Okay, they're just little pads. I use these at night only, and they are wonderful. I've tried some different brands. I think Dr. Dennis Gross makes those that are I don't like those. Okay, these, I mean, there is nothing on these. Okay, these are great. And something else too, we buy all these different masks, all these different treatments. I feel like this is truly like all you need because it's just so great. The baby facial. Resurface, reveal, 25% AHA, 2% BHA. You put it on, I use this maybe a couple times a week and leave it on for like 20 minutes and it just dissolves any dead skin. It clears out your pores and it's great, I feel, for breakouts in that way, but it also just helps your skin texture look really pretty, which I really like. And, you know, talking about like face wash and stuff, in the morning, face wash, you know, splash your face with water, get the crap off your face from the night before or else gross, like you're just starting your day with clogged pores and like crap that's been sitting on your face all night. And, you know, it's just, you sweat, whatever. Wash your face in the morning, okay? Wash your face. You don't need to scrub your face, but wash your flipping face in the morning, okay? I use like a gentle cleanser. It's not super crazy. But ever since I was like 15, I have been all about the physical scrub. I have used a physical scrub on my face probably every single day, and I know people are like, what? No, guys, it helps with breakouts. It helps with anti-aging. There's something to it. Keeps that little crepiness. You know, if you smile and you see like a little thick layer, you won't have that. Your face will look like baby skin. Okay, so like I said, the dermatologist that I go to that's more like medical, then I go to the Aesthetic Specialty Center, which they have like a plastic surgeon there and stuff, and it's like, you know, legit nice place. But they handle, you know, they do the Botox. They have all the skin treatments, all of like the state of the art, like all that kind of good stuff. But they focus on like the aesthetic look of your skin. I've had facialists. Everybody I've ever gone to always like, wow. I remember one person, like a couple people, you have a good lipid layer. Like your skin's very like plump and you don't have like this outer, I don't know what that means, but that's great. I think a lot of it has to do with the scrub. And if I was doing something that was effing up my skin or dangerous, you hear people say, oh, it's gonna tear your skin. It doesn't. I mean, don't be stupid. Like, use a good one. But I have always gotten compliments on my skin from like professional people. Even if I'm breaking out or I've got like a zit here or there, my actual skin is nice, okay? And I just really do attribute it to physical scrubs, to using the right chemical exfoliants, not going crazy on that kind of stuff. And then good moisturizers. The Lancer, I always try to use something different and I just can't. I always go back to this. I like the one for oily and congested skin. I like the regular. The sensitive is great but this, you guys, use it every single day. It's good for anti-aging. I mean, where do you think the dry, like crepey skin comes from? If you keep your skin actually, you know, scrubbed, not scrubbed, but just, you know, just nice, you're never gonna get clogged pores. You're not going to get like the thick skin that's gonna wrinkle. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, there's something to that. that, and then what else, you guys? Talking about actual makeup and stuff, and just how, like I said, how my skin looks, how I look. I can skip mascara. I can go with a lot less makeup than I used to. Not that I had to, but I'm just saying to get the same results, because I do like to look a certain way, you know. I've been able to really skip a lot of that because I've been taking better care of what's actually on my face, my skin, my eyelashes, rather than, you know, wearing false lashes and caking up a bunch of mascara. Grow the ones that I have. And I have got great lashes, but if you look back years ago, there was a time when like I didn't wear makeup, or when I wasn't wearing makeup, you could barely see them. They have doubled in length. This stuff is insane. They've like tripled in thickness. I will link to the actual serum that I use. I have been religious with using this every night for over 2 years. And then the brow serum that I use as well. It has saved my brows. I am using such minimal brow filler. I had that tiny little pencil that I use that I really just fill in here. And then I did a little bit right there because I've got like a little chunky part where it's growing funny. But you guys, I cake this stuff on and it has really, I mean, I've got brow hair where I never used to. It's insane. And I have not plucked a hair on my brows since probably I started my channel 14 years ago. So that just says something, you know, like you can really damage your brows and destroy the follicles, and they're at a point of no return, okay? But this stuff brings them back. Like, it is crazy. And then quickly, something else that really does help, like I said, you know, getting away from the blending, the craziness on our eyelid. Like, you see someone that's such the police, you know, on, you can't use this, can't use that, don't tug, don't do this. But then they have like a 30-minute video where they're like blending the hell, and they do that every day. That's a lot, okay? So I feel like I've really just enjoyed, you know, just the eyeshadows that are in pots, or I even like these, the Laura Mercier stick ones. These are soft and creamy enough to where they do glide on and you can just kind of like tap them with your finger. But what I did today, I'm wearing the Au Naturel, which I love. This is my favorite, just for, I think this is what I wore on the trip every day. I didn't even bring anything else. I just put it on. And then the Nude Rose, which has a bit of a shimmer, or, you know, it's a tiny bit like warmer. I put just a little there. And it's really nice, you guys. So I really do love those. And what else? Oh, and then over the years, I've always gotten compliments on, you know, oh, your eyes are really white. Of course, when I was younger and did not have a child, I was probably a lot more rested, let's just be honest. But something that really does work are these, the Lumify. I know you've probably seen these a million times, but I just have always sworn by these. These are great and gentle. They don't like light your eyes up, or, you know, there's some that really like, I put some in my eyes one time that felt like peppermint oil, straight up peppermint oil in my eyes. It was so cooling that I was like, oh, I don't need that. I just want them to look good. You know what I mean? These are so good. And a lot of people don't realize this, but if you have a zit, and I know this is like the dumbest tip ever, maybe you've heard this over the year, oh, put Visine on a zit to take the red out. No, regular Visine is not gonna do that. This stuff is magic, okay? Like, you can put a little bit of this on the reddest eye and it will just turn white in about 30 seconds. It is insane. Your waterline, if it's like kind of reddish, it will get white, okay? These are great. Put a little bit on a Q-tip and just hold it on a zip, and the redness will go out of your, like, it is magic, okay? This is magic stuff. So that really works. Okay, it's just things that work, right, you guys? I recently bought this, and of course I love a micro needler, I love that, but if you are breaking out, skip that. You know, don't use that for a while. I think that's why sometimes I stop using mine, because I'll get like a zit here or there and I'll just like not use it for a while. The micro needlers are good, okay? But I've really been enjoying this, and I do think there's a lot of like actual science behind this. This is like a microcurrent. This is the New Face device. I've had professional facials where they use this, and you know, that's great, but if you want real results from this, you're gonna have to use this often, several times, I would say at least 3 times a week. And what it's gonna do, it's crazy. You know, like, whatever you see years from now, like people that need a facelift or that you would want a facelift, right? This area starts to droop, you know? This prevents that from happening. So I don't use it on my forehead because I can't stand that. If I ever use it on my forehead, I feel it like all in my head. I'm like, well, it's like electrical currents, okay guys? It's a little freaky. But what you do is you put a layer of like they have a little, you know, the creams that come with it. And I bought one that came with it, like the gel, because you have to put that on first or else it'll just pop you. Like you can't do it to dry skin. You have to put the gel on to like glide it over. I didn't feel like it was great for my skin, and I don't want to add another layer of something, so I just use it with this. I put the oil on my face and then I put this on, maybe in just like a thicker layer, and then I do this side, and you just go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it is, of course, you're doing it about this slow each time, but you do 3 sections, 3 passes. And then, like I said, I don't do it on my forehead. Sometimes I do it on my neck, but it just keeps the skin looking tight, and it just kind of stimulates your muscles and stuff, which I like. And I think that sometimes, like with Botox, sure, it's going to prevent your skin texture from looking deep wrinkled. But what does that do to our muscles over time? Do you know what I'm saying? Forehead I'm less concerned with, you know, so that's fine. I'll keep doing that if I want to. Like I said, I don't have any right now, and I don't have any desire to even get it again right now. But this area down here, yeah. And then I got the one for your eyes, which I really like too. You put the little eye gel, which I do like the eye serum that it has, that it comes with, that you can buy with it. You press that, it turns on, and you just kind of, almost like an eraser, you just kind of go like that. Just move it in kind of little motions like that. And I do feel like it helps with fine lines. So I'm just all about things that work. I'm not about the BS, like the gimmicks and the, oh, everyone has to use this, or this is wrong to use, this is right to use. I've always been very much about what works. People would have a heart attack if they knew, a lot of them, that, you know, I use an exfoliator every day, a physical exfoliator. Well, I've been doing that for years and my skin's great. Or, oh my gosh, people have a heart attack because this has, like, you know, alcohol in it. Well, so does that other brand, the Dennis Gross ones, is considered clean, that everyone worships. It's the same flip, and it's just, these keep my skin looking poreless. You know, it makes your skin look poreless and doesn't break out, which leads to less, you know, scarring and things that do. No, like I want to use something that works, okay? And as far as like the makeup and the whole, I don't say like revelation, but the whole thing with like, let's stop mattifying our skin. Let's stop trying to fight the oil. And if you're like, I can't have really oily skin. Well, so did I, until I started moisturizing better and started, you know, or stopped using these products that were really trying to hold it back. Do you know what I mean? That like if one little drop of oil came through, it would look like crazy because it doesn't mix with that type of product. Do you know what I'm saying? Try something new. Try to maybe get out of that rut and try to, you know, just experiment with that. I think you'll find that your skin will react better and you'll be less oily and you'll get better like actual visible results because your skin will look softer and younger, if that's what I hate to keep saying younger, whatever, more, but I do feel like when we talk about skin, you know, a lot of people's goals, you know, you don't want to look wrinkly, you don't want to have that, but as I said before, I do look older than I did years ago. If you look at my skin, yeah, I have more fine lines, I have more things, but I look better. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not just that, oh, aging is what makes you look better or worse. It's your skin texture. It's the quality of it. It's the, what am I trying to say, the health of it. And I feel like these are good things, and hopefully you picked up a few tips or a few ideas or things that you might want to try of these things that actually work. And I don't know, I just wanted to talk about this because, like, you know, every day I sit down, if you're gonna go, you know, no makeup, or you're gonna go for like a full makeup, whatever, if your skin texture sucks, if you're not caring for it, if you're not using good products, you're gonna have to work twice as hard. You're gonna have to use more makeup, which is probably not gonna look that good anyways. Your makeup's gonna go on better. We're all, you know, spending money in some way on products that we're using on our skin. Don't throw your money down the drain if you're not gonna take care of your skin in other ways. Okay. But I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that you guys will try some of these things and take some of my advice, and hopefully if you have any questions, or if you had any questions about things that I'm doing to my skin or things like that, that helped. But I hope that that helped and that you guys enjoyed it. So I did say we do a video here every week. We didn't last week because I had 2 the week before, right? And I was on vacation. But y'all, I'm taking off for Christmas, as I do most years. What I always say, I'm gonna prepare y'all, probably won't have a video up for Christmas. Christmas falls on, is it Saturday this year? And I always post a Friday video. I'm not posting a video on Christmas Eve. or even just a few. I want to enjoy my week, okay? I'll be on Instagram, follow me there as we do, but I don't know. I might decide to post something. I just don't know how I'm going to feel. But I'll definitely have something after Christmas for you guys because I know I'll probably be like dying to talk to y'all. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Have so much fun like taking care of your skin. Honestly, it's one of my favorite things ever. I love skincare products. I love it. I think it's interesting and it's something nice to do for yourself. So thank you for watching and I will see you guys very soon. Bye y'all.